Alright, I think that'll do it. Welcome to my first trial run of Fatal Frame 4, which I hope will be able to be automatically uploaded to YouTube. So this is a little bit of an experiment. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to just check things on my end. For those who weren't here for the last one, I did the first couple chapters of the game. I played as Ruka Tsukihami, who was unfortunately mugged by ghosts in the first episode, and then she became a ghost herself. We also played as Ruka. Can't remember how to say her last name. And we also played as Choshiro Kirishima, who was the detective who rescued the 5 girls who had been kidnapped years ago. I'll let you watch the tracked mode for a moment. Alright, if there's anybody in the chat, you should be able to write in now, and I'll be able to see it. So many mysteries in this game we've yet to solve. We've only just barely scratched the surface on what's going on. A quick summary is that 10 years ago, Ruka, Madoka, Misaki, and 2 other girls, Tomoe and Marie, were hospitalized on this island where they grew up. One day, the 5 of them were all kidnapped and were missing for 2 weeks. They were later found in the basement, like a secret basement of the hospital, where they were dressed strangely. They had no memory of their time being kidnapped, and afterwards they all left the island and lived normal lives, not worrying about how they had forgotten the past. Recently, though, it's now 1980, and 2 of the girls, Marie and Tomoe, mysteriously died clutching their faces with twisted expressions. The remaining girls, Ruka, Madoka, and Misaki, have decided to return to the island. Misaki decided to return because she had a vision of someone calling her back, someone who shares her same face. Madoka goes along with her because she's worried that something terrible will happen to Misaki if she goes alone. And then Ruka hears that those 2 girls are going and follows after them. Independently of this, Ruka's mother, who told Ruka not to go back, just to forget about the things that happen on the island and just move on with her life, she contacts Choshiro Kirishima, who is investigating not investigating. He is investigating. He goes back and he starts an investigation because he sees Hybra, the guy he was chasing 10 years ago. But also his mission from Ruka's mother, Sayaka, is to find Ruka and help her. Now, someone says the mouse cursor's on my screen. I don't see it. Let me see if I've moved it. It looks like I've successfully moved it. Okay, so we'll get started finally. It's looking like things are working all right so far. So, a little bit of a review. Chapter 1 out of tune. If we cannot remember, does it no longer exist? Chasing Misaki and Maruka. Another girl comes to Rogetsu Island. Ruka Minatsuki, one of the girls who was kidnapped 10 years ago. She was a native of the island and after the incident left the island with her mother Sayaka. Ruka also returns to the island with reasons of her own. Daughter of an influential family, she wants to recover the memory she lost 10 years ago, to find her father's fate and the fate of the islanders, and most of all, her own fate. To find the key to her memory, Ruka wanders Rogetsu Hall and encounters Maruka, who has unfortunately become a ghost. Ruka sees her own face in the library mirror, distorted and ugly. We were kind of making jokes about this last time, that this is just something that people on this island do that girls do. Just to be mean. It's like not a nice thing to do. Love that ghost hunting outfit. Chapter 4, Ruka Minatsuki, Empty Vessel. Okay, we've been dropped off in the room where the flashlight was showing this is where Madoka was when we first discovered her as a ghost. And this is the mirror that we looked into to see that our face got messed up for like just a second, but we're fine now. Reach it, reach it, reach it, and kaboom! It's Madoka's Memo 5. I don't understand. I saw my face and I don't understand. My face is crumbling. It's crumbling, but I remembered. I was screaming. Ayaka's face, a hand grabbing me. A mask coming closer, the color of blood red, that music, a ruined face. No, I don't want to see. I remember. We were chosen. It hurts, everything. Close them. Why can't I see? Quick, I want to close them. The moon is calling me back. The moon. The moon. The moon. The moon. In a dark place. A dark place. Without the moon. That room. So it looked like Madoka, even after becoming a ghost, or maybe before she became a ghost, she wrote that down. Had time. She remembered some things. A room, music, a place without the moon. Blue crystals, just an upgrade item that we don't need because our stuff is already upgraded as much as we need. I'm still playing on normal difficulty, but this is a new game plus. So I carried over all of the things that I already found in the first playthrough. This time we're going for extra points. Ooh. Where's that nurse going? Let's see if we get some info on her. Ghost list. That is... we did those ones. We did that last time. Oh, here she is. Nurse going to management office. On schedule, Fuyuko Shiratsuki goes to the management office. She cannot escape the daily maze she wanders through. So this is the one of the ways that ghosts experience the afterlife is they continue on in some ways, just doing the things that they used to do. As long as you don't interfere, usually it's not an issue. Most ghosts don't really want to interact with humans. The vengeful ones, of course, are angry at them. That sound again. Who made that sound? Yes, and in my ghost hunting gear, I'm all set to go. Not even this terrible song can stop me. Check out that photo in a second if the music stops. Is everybody enjoying that at home? Such a good song. It's so catchy. Like, I could absolutely see this at like the hottest nightclub. Oh, I couldn't get her. I'll try a little closer. Nah, I missed her. But I probably got her on a previous playthrough. So we'll take a look at that picture once I get in here and shut off this goddamn music. Oh! Saw something for a sec. Does this console control the PA system? I sure hope so. Turn off. So now we know that terrible music comes from here. And as soon as I touched it, somehow a journal fell nearby. One item to report today. Today we attempted to broadcast the experimental music inside the building from midday until 5 p.m. Oh my god, 5 hours of that song? As usual, we chose part of the lunar melody. At that time, it was confirmed that some patients showed an unusually strong reaction. These strong reactions were noted in pediatric cases. A positive effect was noted in some patients, so there is a possibility that we may repeat it. However, in this session, it was confirmed that there were less positive reactions than previously thought, and that the results were not entirely positive. There are still many puzzling things about the patient's behavior. When musical therapy is next attempted, please be careful and note all sudden or unexpected reactions. Okay, let's check out those photos now. Okay, so we have patrolling nurse. We have, while patrolling the ward, the young nurse daydreams. She hears an unpleasant sound. It seems to float like music. In the shadowy darkness, crying out at the noise of the bell. Her knees are trembling in fear. No, 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 no. Nurse broadcasting a song for music therapy throughout the facility, worried about the patient's reactions for the matching key. There doesn't seem to be anything else in this room. We are interested in Madoka right now, I think. Oh. Just a second, I'm getting paged from one of the rooms. Looks like it's 207. Ayako is written on the nameplate. Remember, Misaki ended her chapter there. So she's just like, oh no, that girl. I love her pitch black eyes. I think they look really good. Something fell where she was. Note to parties concerned. At 6 p.m. tomorrow, there will be an explanation regarding the experimental music therapy broadcast in the hospital. In regards to the location, contact me later. Also, would the nurse in charge of the building's second floor please retrieve the musical score from room 207? There's our mission. So, Ayako called us from 207. She wants us to come visit her and be her toys. But also the nurse is asking, or the nurse was asked, to fetch the 207, or the musical score from 207. Since it's still in that room, that leads me to believe that she was not able to retrieve it. I'm not sure if that implies that she was killed in 207. I'm sensing something. It's right here. It's this door. Something appeared on the photo. So we never get to go into this room. The door is firmly shut, and the doorknob is rotten and has fallen off, and the door can't be opened. So that was our sneak peek in there using the camera's help. It doesn't look like it shows. Oh, it might be like somewhere in the bottom of the list. I'm not sure where. I don't want to do too many spoilers, so I don't want to look too closely at the bottom of the list. Alright, so I was going to go to Monica's room, but it looks like we're off to 207. And just like last time, I hope everybody's gone to the bathroom before we go in here, because this place will scare number 1 and number 2 out of you. We'll go in carefully. Okay. See, there's a couple of items. They're kind of all over the place. Okay. Oh! A girl. Ayako. Alright, I saw that she was in the list. Ayako's standing before a small door. Even the nurses don't like entering a room and avoid it whenever they can. You can't possibly blame them. This room is terrifying. Look at this. Look at this. It's like a workshop of doll pieces. Alright, let's grab this. A stone mirror. Oh, I can't pick up anymore. The reason for that is you're only allowed to carry one. That is an instant revive. If you fall to 0 hit points, you'll be revived all the way at full health. They're important items in each of the games because typically the final boss doesn't do any damage. They just kill you if they touch you. So you want to make sure going into the final boss that you always have a stone mirror on you. Ayako's chart. Name Ayako, age 12, room 207. Patient demonstrates a notable lack of empathy along with occasional symptoms of memory impairment. Notably, she feels joy when hurting living things. Like, we're just boiling it down. Luckily, her ego restricts her aggressive tendencies to specific targets. Patients often become deeply attached to some specific object during convalescence, but she's not shown any externalized behavior. Progress of Lunacidata syndrome is mild, but requires further observation. So she seems to pick a target. Oh, by the way, we're still on the hunt for Hotsuki dolls. This is not one. That doesn't count. Is there one down in here? I don't know. I wonder if I ever found the one that's in the room. Ugh, so creepy. Yeah, let's look. There's one. Oh, there is one right here. I must have gotten it already because I don't hear the jingle, and the reticle isn't turning any colors. Okay, check out the zoetrope over here. That's what you call these spinny light things. A lot of times they'll show like animations. Oh, it's just crystals. Alright, so if you hated this room with how creepy it is with the doll parts hanging from the ceiling and knowing all the violence that's occurred in this room, let's check out this little tiny room that we have to duck to get into. Oh, I gotta waggle to get her off or I'm gonna die. Wow, I didn't realize I had to waggle. I thought she's gonna let go on her own. Alright, let's drink this, eat these pills. That should be good for now. Alright, whip around, bring up the camera, there she is. Oh, she's mid-attack, but I didn't really do much damage. You can see, I took a picture of her, did almost nothing. Those are some good portraits. I might post those later. Ruka didn't like it. I like that they have, because the characters don't react too much during the game. They react more in the cutscenes. But I like that after a battle that the characters act stressed out, because that was crazy what just happened. How do you go home and explain that? Heels are perfect for going through that small door. Alright, so first off, we've got this rocking horse. By the way, we didn't finish our mission in that room. We have to get the music score back. Oh, and look! Sheet music. The melody is familiar. If I play this on the dining room piano, which is probably horribly, horribly out of tune, I might remember something. Black notebook. Music and memory are closely linked. I've seen several cases where people regain certain memories with the help of music. There was a woman like that among my patients, too. She regained one of her memories through music, so she continued to play various pieces on the piano. It was as if she could touch her inner self with the music. At one point, she would repeat the same piece over and over again, changing the scale little by little, again and again. Maybe that piece of music was connected to memories buried deep inside her. Surprisingly, her condition improved. But she committed suicide when her memory returned. It was a failure, but what is certain is that music is able to touch parts deep inside a person that cannot be reached with words. There was a similar music on this island. I remember vaguely hearing it as a child, and I believe it was called the Lunar Melody. There are several songs about the moon, but I remember that this one was used in ritual prayer. One of the melodies of the moon are oral tradition, but there must be some documents somewhere of old notes or scores. Good thing I returned. Looks like she was like, oh my god, I can't believe you saw me in here. This is like my secret bedroom. Whew. Who wants to take a shot at explaining what's going on in this place? This is Ayako in bed. She has a love of pretty things. The last moments before death reveal unnatural blood and the sour smell of decay. Why is she so twisted? So I think it's faint, but you can hear like a gurgling sound of like a child choking. Sometimes the red threads are significant of something. In Japanese mythology, the person that you're most connected to, you are bound to them via a nigh imperceptible red thread of fate. Some people say that it extends from one person's pinky to the other. It looks to me as if she was using red thread to create a kind of ward around her bed as she slept. And for some reason there's a grown-up size door on this part of the room, but it's a Silent Hill door for now, so we can't make any progress through it. We'll just head back to the spooky room. Hope that we don't get attacked again. You may have noticed so far that a lot of times the ghosts that we exorcise or banish, they keep returning. For the most part, the camera does not have the ability, I think really in any of the games, yeah, I think I can say this pretty confidently. The camera doesn't have the ability in any of the games to definitively destroy a ghost or get rid of it or absorb it. It's more like it saps the ghost's ability to manifest in our dimension, and then when the ghost regains their strength, they're able to manifest again. Oh, Hotsuki doll. So, if you're thinking we're going to solve all of our problems by taking pictures of them, that is not the case. We'll do our best, and the camera will help us out as much as it can. But if your expectation was that we're gonna flash all the ghosts away, that won't be happening. So our current mission is to head back down to the dining room because there's a piano in there. There'll be a little bit of immersion breaking when we go to do the piano part. Oh, somebody's calling on the phone. I'll talk about that in a bit. I gotta get over here and answer this. I think this is Madoka. I think in the original version, you likely heard her speaking through the Wiimote speaker. I'm not using a Wiimote right now. Wii remote. So, it doesn't play through. And my Japanese isn't good enough to mimic what it could have sounded like. Oh, shit. The hell are you doing out there? I don't think we've seen that one yet. Oh. Apparently I missed this one, but I think that's... Oh, I could have come around a different way. This is inpatient Kageri Sendo. She's the daughter of a distinguished family. However, the existence of the Sendo family is taboo. They're both distinguished and taboo. The surroundings within her vision are reflected in her strange eyes, yet she looks only at her sister in the wheelchair. Ooh, wheelchairs are always creepy. That's something that Silent Hill stole from Jacob's Ladder, the movie. And by extension, we're stealing it in Fatal Frame as well. Yes, we are not playing as Choshiro for this chapter. We're going to kind of bop back and forth between Ruka, Misaki, and Choshiro. Each chapter will be somebody different. So we've got like 3 intertwining stories, and stuff that one person does will can possibly affect what happens with the other characters. There are multiple endings to this game. I don't remember how to get all of them. We're just going to get the ending we're going to get. My prediction is we'll get the good one, but we'll see. Alright, here's that in-tune, out-of-tune piano. I'm sensing there's some kind of item nearby. I don't know if it's the piano itself. Alright, the score seems like a song, or the score seems like a song like this must be... Alright, and so now I have to use the pointer. Oh. Gotta do it again. There we go. And now that I've done all of that, we go back once more, go to this, make it standard controller again. We're gonna load. Oh, go to this one. Well, we might not have to worry about that one. I might just have to do this one, which is this, and load. And OK, and OK. Full screen. There we go. Make sure the mouse is out of the way. What an adventure. Yes, I was always riding in the elevator, which is, according to my mapometer, directly behind me. So I'm thinking now... Oh, and I wonder if that Wiimote thing, because this controller does have some sound. I did hear some noise coming from it. So we'll see if I'm able to get, like, the phone calls and things on here. Alright, we already saw this photo. Don't know who they are. Oh, there's something in the elevator, but there's also something over here. Some crystals. Oh. I thought it was the elevator. It turns out to be the black woman's dropped letter. Let's read it. Lately I can't shake off this feeling. Back then when I told you my feelings for the first time, you refused me, but you smiled and began to laugh just a little. I always wanted to see you smile just like then. Shall we go for a walk somewhere today? Are they going for a walk? Yeah, Trolley, one of the unfortunate bugs in the fan translation is that the text for what the photos are labeled when you take them are all mushed together. It's because of a mistake with the way the text is animated. You'll notice, like, when text comes on and off the screen, it squishes and then stretches back out. It's just a mistake with that. But we can see what they're titled by going into the ghost file. Elevator usage. Inside the elevator, there was an out-of-order note stuck to the bulletin board, because of course you can't just use the elevator. The elevator passes from the first floor to the fourth floor, like elevators do. To access the fourth floor, the use of a key is required. Please contact the management for key access. The elevator power can be controlled via the breaker room in the basement. The activation number of the main power supply is 23. In case of power failure, please contact the breaker room for repairs. And since nobody's here, I'll do it. Rogetsu Hall is a mental hospital built for the Haibara Hospital facilities. This answers one of Goosey's questions from before. What's the relationship to this hall and that hospital? Well, there you go. It's a mental hospital built for the Haibara Hospital facilities. The first floor was designed to be as welcoming as natural as possible to those coming from outside the island. That's why that entry hall with the phone and things looks super nice. At Rogetsu Hall, each room has been named after the moon in the fashion of the old style of Japanese seasons. For example, room 101, the entrance hall, is Mutsuki, and room 102, the dining hall, is Reigetsu. Tsuki means moon, Getsu means month. As for the unique Aso Museum, it was the room Dr. Aso stayed in when he came to Rogetsu Island. The room was renovated as a special exhibit. Please tell the visitors at reception that there is no entrance fee. They really want people to get into that museum. Oh, Goosey, there is more. There is a closer connection to the two buildings than they've hinted at so far. So there's more. The water moon pool in the courtyard and the moonflower garden are open to anyone as well. July to October only. That leaves a lot of months where you're just like not allowed to go outside. To all employees, Rogetsu Hall basement, important notes. It is strictly prohibited to enter any of the rooms other than the breaker room and reservoir. Alright, so we'll be the janitor, as Trolley said. Make this happen. Not gonna save. Alright, there's something woman pushing wheelchair or something. Whoop. We had this one. Oh, this one. So, black woman pushing wheelchair. She wanders around with her sister in a wheelchair. She's dedicated to her and is in complete control of her life. So, I want to say that the breaker room is right here. But you can tell from how Silent Hill the door is that we're going to be chasing down these ghosts instead. I mean, when you dress like this, ghost hunting comes before janitorial duties. whether or not they're voluntary. Ruka, look at that unpaid intern life. Ladies. Oh, I don't even get to take a picture of that. Alright. Oh, I sent something. Ooh, Type 61 film, the good stuff. We won't be using that for a long time, if at all. Let the room load, and... do-do-do-do. Oh, danger already. Oh, I must have come around from the other direction in the previous playthrough to get this picture. Because I couldn't get it from where I was. It says she wanders around with her sister in a wheelchair. She reappears every day, worried about losing her. And then we also got this picture. The twin sister of the woman in black, confined to a wheelchair. As part of her daily routine, she would come to see the moon shining on the water's surface. So the thing that this ghost appears to do, is that an item right down there? Can I even get there? This bush blocks my path. I'll have to come around from the other side, maybe? And usually there's an item like right up here-ish. There it is. It's another. I recognize it only because I never am able to pick it up, so it always just stays there. Alright, that ghost looks like she's chilling. So I'm going to whip around and grab this. Oh no! After all of that effort to come all the way over here, it was a ghost hand. Disembodied too. What a jerk. Alright. Let's grab this. You better not be a ghost hand. If you're a ghost hand, I cannot even tell you right now. Here we go. It's just red crystals. Oh, she's got something on her. Maybe I'll come collect it. You think she'll mind if I thought that this plant was a snake for a second. Do you think she'll mind if I'm just going to do that thing. Remember how we're like, hello? Oh, there's no prompt. Oh, here we go. You touched me. Oh no. Okay, so this battle is different than other ones we've seen. Oh, she got me. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Let's heal up again. We're fighting against what was her name? Kagiri? Her last name's Sendo. We're fighting against the Sendo sisters. The one sister is like the real one, this one. And if I attack the other one, it doesn't even really do anything. I'll turn my waggle on so that I dodge better. I was too soon. Still knocked her back. So I had a shutter chance. And it was a surprise attack to her. She wasn't expecting to take that picture either. You get out of here. I just want to see I just want to get pics of your sister. Kagiri? Here you are. Oh, damn it. Oh, not you. Come on, camera, help out. Yes, yes, yes. I got her with a super big shot. That was a counterattack. If you do them really good, it counts as like a regular hit. Come on. Something fell near the pool. Is that what I said? Literally, get out of here. I only want pics of your sister. Oh, what a creeper. It was Ruka that did it. It wasn't me. It was Ruka. Ruka finds a thin copper key. A small engraving reads breaker room. So we can finally go through that door like we were thinking about doing. Hopefully you noticed. Oh. Alright, oh jeez, that was the wrong button. Here I go. The screen has turned black and white and it's all like inky now. That is a clue in each of the games that if this ghost touches you, you instantly lose the game. So we gotta get out of here ASAP. You can see I'm running in my heels as quickly as I can. Opening the door as slowly as I can to get away from this ghost. Because if I am touched, I am done. Alright, remember, ghosts don't go through doors. So we are safe. Alright, getting back to what I was trying to say is, you might have noticed when I tried to touch the wheelchair-bound sister, who didn't seem all that wheelchair-bound, if you ask me. When I touched her, the other sister was like, "Don't touch me." And it's like, what are you talking about? We'll figure out why she says that later. It is a whole thing with her. Alright, welcome to episode 3 of Japanese Hoarders. There's gotta be a Hotsuki doll in here somewhere. I must have gotten it by now, but let's take a look. See if we can't spot where it is, if there is one. Oh, and I did turn the latency down. I don't know if you've noticed. A new feature on Twitch is you can make super low latency, which means that you guys are seeing this only a mere moment after I see it. So your feedback comes almost instantly to me. All right, I am not seeing any Hotsuki dolls here. Oh, I saw through that wall. That's a glitch. That's a bug. I feel like there's one there, but it's not. Sometimes they're in like a box where like you have to stand like on top of it in order to see it. Oh, and I should check on top of these lights. And there's nothing back this way, right? Nothing up there. Nothing in the... Oh, let's just check right here. Just to see. Doesn't look like anything. Nothing peeking through. Hopefully no one's getting sick from watching this. Yeah, I'm not seeing any in that part of the room at all. That almost looked like a Hotsuki doll from far away. Well, and I don't even have to be that thorough, because if there were one here, this place is pretty narrow, and you'll hear a little jingle when you're in a spot where you could take a picture of one, and I just don't see it. Or I don't see it, I don't hear it. Is that a Hotsuki doll underneath that thing right there? No. No. Oh, I was like, ooh, on top of this? This looks suspicious. No. I can't believe there's not one here. It's like, felt like Hotsuki Central. That sucks. Well, we tried. Let's get in here. I feel like that's a Hotsuki doll right in that box. It isn't, is it, though? Thank you for giving me like an establishing shot of the room. This place is the breaker room. It seems like the power is dead. Oh, did the power become a ghost? Okay, I thought this looked like a Hotsuki doll. It is not a Hotsuki doll. Checking this out. It's just film. Are there no dolls in here either? How mysterious. Okay. If someone gets a chance, can someone look up how to do save state on Dolphin? I think I need it for this part of the game, just in case. Duty nurse's memo. A nurse's log was lying here. Today's duties. The password to the door on the third floor ward was changed. The password is 1956. The third floor is where the patients with advanced symptoms are, so please take care when opening and closing the door so that they can't wander out. Did I not pick this up because I was full? Yeah, I guess so. Maybe I should start using that film just to be done with it. Here, let's... No, I want to stay with the weakest film. I'll just be content that that I can't pick stuff up. Alright, so the power was off. Oh, that's not a Hotsuki doll, but I'll grab it, whatever it is. It's probably a ghost hand. So annoying. Oh no, just 10 useless crystals. Okay. Alright, puzzle time. Who remembers what the number was? It was like 21, 23? Alright, so I don't know if you can read all that squished together text. Numbers something on the control. I can move the switches. Okay, I just need to get to 23. So I'm going to do like I did before, where I'm going to knock down some of the high numbers and then push up. I feel like that was pretty close. How much higher is this? That's 1 too high. 3 goes up to 8. That's 5. Oh, there we go. It was 13 for the other one, Goosey. All right, let's try Shift plus F or Shift plus F1, and that's save state, I hope. If not, this playthrough is ruined. All right, I can hear soft electric humming. The elevator will probably move now. Okay. Shift F1. Saving state. There we go. Okay. The reason I'm doing that is that there is another bug in this game, and it happens right here at this filthy, filthy door. Alright. F11 to load. Okay. We may have to use that. We'll see. What happens with the bug is you go in here to explore and you're not able to like get out. That was... Oh, we saw patrolling man, island inhabitant, Michiko Kushima worships the Hybera family. He guarded the old building in the basement. Oh, that's like... There's like a nurse in the other room, and now there's this guy. As requested, he continues to guard the door. The only ones inside the mourning shrine are the dead and this guard. Oh, friends with the dead, I guess. Okay, let's see if we break this game. Reaching out. Got the boost lens. Look at all these really old wards. Door's locked. All right, let's get out of here. All right. It won't open. I know he wasn't attacking, but he looked like he was just going to disappear, so I was like, I'll take a chunk out of you before you go. I have no sense. There, he's right in front of me. And it's so narrow in here. Okay. Morning Shrine Ritual. Something has fallen where the ghost was. The Morning Shrine is a shrine for the dead. It is feared that the faces of the dead change and bloom after death. When the dead come in contact with blooming, one must cut off their face, the seed, and destroy it. I think this is the only time they refer to the face as the seed. Then the dead shall wear a mask resembling themselves to preserve their face. The mask replacing the dead face, the mask becoming the dead face, the dead becoming the mask. Whoever enters a morning shrine will find their heart troubled and begin to bud. Geez, just from entering, you're like doomed right away? Only those who've been purified and whom the moon shines upon shall enter the morning shrine. Okay, so there's like a safety, like you could take a precaution. But know that entering the morning shrine on the night of the full moon is forbidden. Alright, let's see if we're trapped in here forever, or if we can indeed leave. Looks like we're able to leave. That's good. Alright, no bugs for us. That was the Type 14 film. We didn't find any Hotsuki dolls in here either. Just some binders, I guess. She's not under the desk. She's not on the desk. She's not in any of these things. Yeah, I didn't hear any jingle jangles either. Oh! She's back. We need to haul ass out of here. Oh, wouldn't it suck if we spot the Hotsuki doll like right here when we don't have time to take a picture? It would be hilarious if we did stop. And we were like, no, I just gotta snap it really quick. And the ghost is like, oh yeah, totally, I get it. I'm stuck on like 96. It's driving me crazy. Alright, so she tried to catch her breath there, but I interrupted her. Okay, so what was the point of all of this? Right, the elevator. Okay. I wish I could have Ruka face the camera so I could be like, what do you guys think? Hello. Going up? Oh, what a jerk. Didn't even say anything. That was Man Standing in Elevator. Yuko Magaki. Impatient and self-proclaimed artist. Self-proclaimed? What a dick thing to say. No one visits him, and he continues to paint pictures of the same. I'm assuming the same subject matter. But yeah, that's such a mean thing to say to somebody. You're a self-proclaimed artist. It's like, if you made art, you're an artist. All right. So we've been to floors 1 and 2. We can't go to 4 because it needs a special key, so we're going to 3. We couldn't get to 3 before. Ooh, the elevator has started to move. That's a reference to an old game that people might know. Hani's asking, is this this live? Yeah, I'm recording this right now. Or are you asking if the ghosts are alive? Because they are not. Ooh, Goosey got to it before I did. He beat me to it. Oh, I love this. So we couldn't go up to this floor before because on one of the earlier episodes of Hoarders, these wheelchairs are in the way, and in the world of ghost hunting, wheelchairs are immobile. Right? You'd think that they have wheels so you can move them. You can't. And look at this. Another wheelchair. I was always told that an empty wheelchair was a bad omen. I'll try somewhere else. So this path is blocked. There's nothing you can do. So we just have to waggle the Wiimote and turn back around and head the other way. Floor 3. Here's the nurse's station. Look. Oh. Okay. That's a neat little, like the lighting that's coming through there. That's kind of pretty. Okay. Let's check out in here first. Oh. Hello. Oh, you're new. You look nice. Gotcha, bitch. Let's see what I got. Waiting nurse. Admiring her mother's career, the nurse chose the same path. With a hopeful heart, she came to Rogetsu Island. Oh, so she's nice. Yes, Charlie, of course the ghost sister moves the wheelchair, because only ghosts can move wheelchairs. Everybody knows that. The filing cabinet holds charts and medical records and nothing else. Oh, okay, just found something outside the room. I don't hear any jingling. The 3rd floor room assignment list. Let's see which crazy people are up here. Occupants in Rogetsu Hall as of August 1970, 10 years ago. Room 308, Mitsuki, the moon viewing month. Ruka Yomotsuki, that's us. Special notes, she's the daughter from the Yomotsuki household. A report on the results of the attempted music therapy is requested. So Ruka got music therapy here. Please inform the doctor about the state of her condition and which lunar melody she reacted to. A little bit of backstory about us. So Ruka finally gets a clue about her time here. Room 309, Irodorizuki, month of color. The word Ido means color, and Ido means like many colors or various. Yuko Magaki, notable for his substantial financial contributions to the hospital. Patient is irritable, so do not enter his room while he is painting. Also, please make very certain to absolutely never touch his paintings. Room 310, Kamisari-tsuki, the month the gods leave. So Kami meaning gods, Sari meaning leaving, and Tsuki meaning moon or month. Misaki Aso, that's our other girl protagonist. Daughter from the Aso household, admitted by request. She will receive a special examination from the director, considering her constitution. Please pay attention not to bring her in contact with the patient on the 4th floor. Oh, so we have a prohibition here. She is not allowed to go up to floor 4. But that's fine. It's locked anyway. You can't get there without the key. Room 311, special word Kamikitsuki. So there we go. Kami again. The gods. Ki meaning coming. Tsuki meaning month. Kageri Sendo, the black lady. Of the Sendo household, treatment is undertaken by her family doctor at the Sendo house, administered jointly by the director. Please ensure that there are no interferences with the treatment process. Thank you for your special attention to this matter. Neat. Alright, there's still an item outside there, but there's something here to touch. So we got open and closed. This doesn't help. Oh, wait, we know this, don't we? It's, 19... Oh, what was that number? It wasn't 1975, was it? Was it 1970 something? Is it 1985? Let's try 8. No, it wasn't 8. Alright, it was in a note somewhere. Files, perhaps? Oh my god, there's so many files. Charts, post-mortem, wandering. This is so many files. Hints? It was hints. Oh no, these are the hint photos. That hint doesn't help us anymore. It's one of these. For closing the museum, I don't think it was that. No. No, we did that one. Operating the elevator, we did that. First floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor. The charts. Musical score. Newspapers. Oh no. It might be faster for me to just gosh, what was it? It was 19. It was so obvious. Yeah, it wasn't that one. It was a memo. It wasn't elevator usage, was it? No, we did that one. We did this one. We did the 13 one. We did the floor guides. The charts don't help. Oh, was it a nurse's memo? It was like maybe code management? No, we did that. Music therapy. Not fourth floor stuff. There it is, 1956. Here we go, 1956. Alright, here we go. By the way, the controls for this again, our left stick does this by going left and right, and then the right stick does left and right also. So this is left, right, 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 left, 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 open. Let me take a picture. Thank you. I had to be nice to her. I was mean to her before, and now I feel bad. Nurse going to room. Mainland native. Oh, she's not from the island. Tsubaki Tono. She tried to get involved in environmental activities. Her dedication had a reputation around the island. Everybody loves her. Tsubaki. There was a character in Soul Eater named Tsubaki. She could transform into a scythe and a couple of other weapons. It was awesome. Red crystals, don't need those. Another door that's like half bars, half wood. And I didn't see any Hotsukis in there either.
しい匂いにも似た。
Oh, and that's it for her chapter. So Ruka succeeded in getting to the room that she was hospitalized in, and we're going to leave it as a cliffhanger there.